With the cooler weather setting in, it's time to start getting ready for winter. So Vicky had the guys from Buckeye Stoves come out to clean out the chimney and do some maintenance on the pellet stove in the living room.
Thank you guys so much. So you got me all up and running for the new winter season?
Yes, ma'am.
It all looks good?
Yep, all set.
I appreciate it. Here you guys go. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
See ya.
As the guys from Buckeye Stoves were pulling out of the driveway, another box truck pulled in. This one carrying a shipment of our Don't Hate the Player, Hate the Game t-shirts. So if you've been wondering where your shirt is, trust me, they just came in and Allison's shipping them out as quickly as she possibly can. Vicky's looking forward to having the new merch office set up as soon as we get some flooring down. So Friday morning, she went down and met with a friend of ours to pick out what she wants.
Thank you, Dave, for helping me pick out flooring. See ya. All right.
So while Vicky's picking out flooring and Allison's shipping merch, me and Rob are busy out in the shop. What you got going on, Robbie?
Getting the Nova finished up hopefully for this weekend at JaxWax. I had to get the standalone wiring hooked up. We got a header leak. Pretty much I got it wrapped up. We're just trying to get this leak fixed. It has appeared out of nowhere. Okay, wait, it was nice and sealed up, and then we test drove and then come back and it was
Leaking.
Wait,
So we need a header gasket?
yeah, we need a header gasket. That's about it.
All right.
Other than that, everything works, and some fuel so we can test the standalone.
All right, I'm on it. So me and my associates hop in the dually and head down to the local marathon to pick up 5 gallons of race gas. They sell CAM 2, or 110 octane race fuel, right there at the pump. From there, we head down to Mark's to go see him and pick up some header gaskets so we can fix the exhaust leak on the Nova and finish getting the car ready to make its very first passes with the new 427 giveaway engine, if the weather holds out, which is a big question right now because it's been raining all day today, and according to the forecast, tomorrow doesn't look much better either. Did Rob call you?
He did. Everything coming together?
I don't know.
No.
It's probably falling apart as fast as it goes together.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, the ports in these gaskets are too small for the adapter plates, so Mark's going to send somebody on a treasure hunt.
We're on the road trip, huh? Should I send him?
So while Mark and Thing One are hunting down another set of header gaskets for us, me and my associates stop and get a bite to eat at Burger King before we head towards Reynoldsburg to fill up a drum with E85. If you remember in my last video, I went and tested the ethanol content at 3 of the local stations. Since I plan on turning the nitrous kits on the Nova and the Malibu this weekend, I want the highest ethanol content fuel available so that we don't have any detonation problems when we turn the nitrous kit on. By the time I got back with fuel, Robbie had the header gasket all sealed up, and we pulled the cars outside to start detailing them and checking out the nitrous kits on both cars to make sure we didn't have any leaks. It's quite a bit of work to get this many cars ready to go to an event. Between cleaning the cars up, getting fuel for them, and putting tires on, it's a full-time job for everybody at the shop. At this point, I just hope that the weather holds out, because racing at the track tomorrow isn't the only thing we have planned. We were expecting some special guests to arrive by noon Saturday. So it's Saturday morning. The weather has cleared up. It's beautiful outside. We've got the cars sitting out here ready to go. Got the Nova and the Malibu all cleaned up, fueled up. The 64 sitting back here all cleaned up, hooked to the trailer. The kids aren't here yet, but we've got somebody else on the way. The people who won that giveaway to come spend the day with us and drive the Malibu are on their way.
And they're close. I got the call and they're about 10 minutes out.
We held a giveaway for somebody to come up and spend the day with us and drive my Malibu. And believe it or not, the winner and his wife also have a C10 pickup.
Hi! Nice to meet you. Hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tim with the no phone number.
Tim with the no phone number.
Oh my God.
Yes.
We're excited too. This is cool. Look at your truck. How cool is that?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little rat rod. It might not be as nice and pristine as yours. But how's it going, Bill?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man. Definitely. Thank you.
What's it got there?
Isn't that cool?
Airbags, LS swapped. I know about these. No, I'm a smart block guy too. My
I like
brother's
them
the
all.
one that convinced me to do it.
Even though I'm not a big fan of LS swaps, at least this truck has a good carburetor. Tim reached out to the folks at ATM after watching the videos and purchased this brand new 650 carburetor for his Rat Rod 66 C10. The 5.3 LS runs on pump gas, is backed by a turbo 350 transmission, and has air ride suspension.
Holy cow, look at this fanciness. It's getting taller. How cool is that? That thing sounds good. That sounds really cool. What do you think?
That's cool. It might have a nitrous kit on it by the time it leaves. Tim and I talked for a little while and got to know each other, and then it was time to go out and introduce him to my Malibu and explain to him what he's getting into. So what's the fastest thing you've ever driven? Like how fast have you gone in a car before?
I had a IROC 86 IROC Z,
Yeah.
and I did 1150s in that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So you've been in something relatively quick.
Yeah,
Street
it was
car.
quick. Yep. Yep. And that was on slicks at the track. That was at Killcare.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I drove that car. It was fast.
Well, this one's a little faster than that,
I know.
and a lot faster than that on nitrous. Let's take it up the road on motor and let you drive it and see what you think.
Let's do it.
At this point, I've only known Tim for less than an hour, but after talking to him, I felt comfortable that he can handle driving my old Malibu.
I don't see that in the video.
Tim was a little surprised at how firm the transmission shifts. We drove the car down the road a little ways and got it up to temperature, and then stopped to make a pull.
You ready? Try it.
Jesus. Ooh, son. I think I was back there.
It runs pretty good,
I
doesn't
didn't expect it. I didn't. I almost forgot how to use the shifter. I was going for third, it wasn't going. I forgot how to pull it. Yeah, that's impressive.
That's not bad.
No, that's impressive. It'll put you down to seat and get boogieing, that's for sure.
The best part, right here. There we go.
That's even better. My nerves got me sweating. It's gonna put me down.
On our way back to the house, Tim explained to me how excited Chelsea was, so I offered to let her drive it too. Go pick her up, let her drive it, or what?
Let her drive. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see.
Now, according to Tim, Chelsea's never driven anything like this, but she's not going to back down from a challenge.
Well, how'd you do?
Hey, it's awesome. It's more than I expected for sure. It's a beautiful car.
Whoever teaches me to drive, it'll be you.
You're driving now?
You're driving. Hop in there.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
Are you guys being funny?
No, you drive.
No.
You want me to ride with her?
Yeah, you go with
All right. I'm impressed. Let's do it.
I said Phil had to teach me.
At first, Chelsea couldn't believe that we were going to let her drive this car, but the Malibu's really pretty easy to drive. There's nothing to it, but it was definitely pretty exciting.
I can't breathe.
And my shifter didn't scare her a bit. Chelsea fired the car up, pulled it back into drive, and away she went. I think the smile on her face when the Malibu went into second gear says it all.
Yeah, you like that shift, don't you? It's a race car. Yeah. You're driving the race car, babe. Proud of you. So proud of you. Yeah, he is.
Now, I could be wrong, but I'd be willing to bet by next summer, Miss Chelsea here will have a hot rod of her very own.
Racetrack. Look, you got to drive too.
That's the racetrack.
Lucky wife. You're a lucky wife. Thanks to the old man's garage, we get to drive the Malibu. It's awesome. Thank you, thank you.
While Tim and Chelsea were out on their test drive, the clouds started to roll in, so I was thankful they got the opportunity to drive the car before the roads got wet, especially since the Malibu is on a 275 Mickey Thompson drag radial, and they don't do very well in the rain. Like that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start racing.
Ah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yes. All because of you, Bill.
It's all my fault.
It's all Bill's
It's
fault.
all my fault, Tim.
That's all right. We'll blame it on you. As long as I get a pass.
Yep. Yep.
It's a nice car, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
It really drives pretty
It's
nice.
easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's so easy. And he said it's a 9-second car, and I'm like, you wouldn't guess it?
No, it's got air conditioning and drives nice, power
Yeah.
steering, power brakes.
Yeah, the little steering wheel's cute. I'm digging it.
As it turns out, the rain clouds weren't the only ominous thing creeping up on us here in central Ohio. You see, Jimmy Dale flew from Texas to North Carolina yesterday to pick up this beautiful 1988 Monte Carlo SS. He drove it from North Carolina all the way to Ohio, and he made it here just in time to meet everybody at the house before we all head down to the JaxWax Halloween Street Madness event later tonight. Addie and her family joined us just minutes before Jimmy Dale pulled in, and all of us were excited to check out Jimmy's new car. There's just something about the bubble hood, tinted glass, and the plush light gray interior that makes this car stand out. Even though the Monte got a little dirty on the way up here, I had a solution for that. I mean, after all, we got to keep this thing clean, right?
It don't matter where you go. Crackheads, meth heads, weed heads, every head kind of likes this car. I pulled in a Taco Bell, this lady skitzing out front, but she's still...
That car's nice.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, even though it's raining, the people were still lined up all the way to the road to get into trails for the JaxWax event tonight. The weather forecast shows that the rain is going to move out within an hour or so. So we all got our pit area set up and started to get ready for trick-or-treaters and hopefully make a few passes. The clouds hung around, but the rain finally did stop. The track crew was busy drying the track while things were starting to heat up back in the pits.
Is Jimmy Dale here?
He is here.
Bring it. You don't want none. You tell him. When he gets down that mile-an-hour cone, you'll know how to spell Corvette.
Jack brought his brand new Corvette down to do a little grudge racing tonight, and I just couldn't resist taking it for a test drive around the pits with Addie's mom.
What are you doing in this? We're going for a ride.
I was completely out of my element,
What do you think, Carrie?
I love it.
but not Carrie. While we were cruising around the pits in Jack's brand new Corvette, the merch was flying and the car show judging was underway, while the track crew were frantically trying to get all the water dried up off the track and off the shutdown. They were doing the best job they could with what they had to work with. The staging lanes were overflowing with cars waiting to go down the track, but that wasn't the only entertainment for all the people waiting in the stands. The JaxWax Burnout Contest is always a crowd favorite, and Jack and Jimmy Dale were out in front of the crowd shooting t-shirts into the grandstands. If you've never been to a JaxWax Street Madness event, the Halloween edition one at Trails is one you don't want to miss. After the burnout contest, it was finally time for me to bring the old Nova up and make a test hit. I knew by driving the car around it would probably only run 690 or 7 flat with the 350 gear, the nitrous converter, and the power glide. So I wasn't surprised when the car left really soft. Even though the two-step was set at 3,000 RPM and the car stayed in low gear to 500 feet, it still went 705 at 99 miles an hour.
Well, we survived the JaxWax event. We got some rest.
We got some rest.
Now what? Now what?
So, we don't get to do this ever, but we're taking a day just to go for a cruise. We're taking the 64. The people that came up to hang out with us yesterday, Tim and his wife Chelsea, they're in their 66 C10 behind us, as well as Jimmy Dale.
Yep.
And another couple that came all the way from Arizona to visit us this weekend at the track.
Yep.
And I'm like, if you guys flew out here from Arizona and you're here till Monday, why don't you just go on a cruise with us?
Right, because they're actually thinking about relocating to Ohio, and they're kind of looking for where they want to live. So it's a great way to see some of the sights today while the leaves are changing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bump.
It was fun.
So
That's what we're doing. We're headed out. We're going to meet up with Billy, and he's going too. And we're going to go for a little drive today.
all right, it's beautiful.
So we all left out of the house Sunday afternoon. Jimmy Dale's in his Monte Carlo, and Tim and Chelsea are in their 66 C10. Our first stop was in Granville for fuel.
We're all in there. Got the comfy couch.
We're on the couch today.
Yeah.
Once we all topped off for fuel, we headed north out of Granville up 661 to take the back way out of Granville over to St. Louisville, where we plan to meet up with Billy and Molly, and then head north up to Mohican State Park. We couldn't have asked for nicer weather, and it turned out to be the perfect opportunity to spend time with Tim, Chelsea, and their youngest daughter, Lily. Since I was trying to film the whole thing, I let Vicky drive the truck, and I took over the camera duties. I called ahead and told Billy we were pulling into St. Louisville, and he was parked along the road ready to pull out just as we came through town. All right, guys, welcome back to the shop. So we had a really good weekend. Probably one of the most relaxing weekends I can remember in a long time. Unfortunately, as you saw in the video, I only got to make one pass on the Nova Saturday at the JaxWax event, and that's a couple of things. Obviously, the weather didn't help. A tremendous amount of cars. And the Nova blew a fuse on the fan, the electric fan on the radiator. So it actually blew the fuse under the tower before I was getting ready to go out to the burnout box. And so I didn't have a fan, and it got a little bit warm. Not bad. I mean, it was warmer than I would like it to be, but I don't think enough to really hurt its performance much. Obviously, we didn't know what the track was going to be like. It was very cold. It had been damp, a lot of street cars, and that's generally not conducive to going fast. But we had the two-step turned down to 3,000 RPM. We were just trying to make an initial pass, just a starting point to see where we can get started on this thing. And 705 at 99 really isn't that bad, considering the fact that it was in low gear to 450 feet into the run. So basically, if it had a 410 gear in it instead of a 350, it would be like leaving in high gear. So obviously we can turn the two-step up. Obviously, if it had a different gear in it, it would go considerably faster and quicker. So I've made a call to Strange, and I'm going to see if I can't get a center section with a 411 gear or maybe a 430 gear to put in this thing. And the nitrous kit, I believe, is completely ready to go. We verified that it pulls timing. The fuel pressure has been set. It's ready. Like, it's ready. And we took all those bottles to Jegs to get them filled. I never even got to make a pass on the Malibu. It was just, we had company there. Obviously, we had Tim and Chelsea there, and we were trying to spend as much time with them as we possibly could, and also with the people that came to see us. So I think Billy made one pass on the S10, one pass on the Nova. I made one pass on my Nova, and that was about all we were going to get done for the night. I think Allison may have made a pass in the dart. Yeah, she made one pass in the dart. So, you know, unfortunately, the weather really cut short testing, and we didn't get nearly as much time to do what we wanted to do, and that's just the way it is. You know, Mother Nature is difficult sometimes, but we had a great time. We had a wonderful weekend. We got to spend a good bit of time with Tim and Chelsea, and they were here Saturday, and then we invited them to come back Sunday for the cruise up to Mohican, and they brought their little girl, Lily, brought her back Sunday as she went with them on the cruise, and we really enjoyed visiting with her and meeting her. And as weird as it may sound, it's like we were friends for years. Just really nice people. They really fit in well with our family, and just couldn't have gone any better. Really, just couldn't have gone any better. Jimmy Dale has flown back to Texas. He's back home tonight. He'll be back here in a week, though. His Malibu, his Monte Carlo is out in the shop. The new shop and storage for right now. And we've got a few things we want to do. I want to help him with the carburetor, and it needs the ignition timing locked out, and you know, it needs a few things done to it. We're going to work on that a little bit this week. Obviously, I want to work on my Nova a little bit this week. Also, I've got some stuff coming for the 55 Chevy, and I thought it was going to be here this weekend. Unfortunately, the weather kind of messed up the delivery plans for the parts that I ordered for it. So I think they're just going to be shipped. And that's going to be a surprise. I think you guys are going to really enjoy what we've got coming for the 55. I've got one more little thing I want to do to the 55 before we send it to House of Pearls. So, let's see. What else have I got? The decals on the valve covers look wonderful. Gina knocked that out of the park. I'm really excited about this 427 engine giveaway. I'd like to keep it, honestly. This thing runs so nice. ATM sent a 950 gas carburetor. It came in last week. I've got it here. I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to go ahead and swap the gears in it first and run it on E85, spray it with nitrous with a decent gear in it just to see what it goes. And then I'll switch it over to pump gas and start dialing the pump gas carburetor in. But I really like this engine. To be honest, I think I'm going to build me another one just like it and keep the 421 for a spare, and maybe put a solid roller in my 421 because it has almost 13-to-1 compression. So I could easily put a solid roller camshaft in that engine and make considerably more power. But we built that as a street engine for my Malibu. So if I can get time and the money to put a 427 together just like this one, I absolutely will, and I'll keep it for the Malibu. So remember, guys, you've got till November 20th to get entered to win my 427 small block that I don't want to give up. You can enter, go to the website, theoldmansgarage.shop, and all the information is there. You've got till the 20th of this month to get entered. Oh.
You've got till the 20th of November.
She caught me slipping.
Yes. October 20th to November 20th. And then we're going to draw the winner on the 22nd, which is the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to get a real nice Thanksgiving surprise in the form of 427 cubic inches of small block Chevrolet. Come on.